we're here.
We're here, man. Welcome back to the Juice.
Another month has gone by.
Another month has gone by. Oh man, but we've got a really good one on today. If any of you have kept up with social media or seen or keep up with Bassmaster and the Opens scene, Keith Poche just won the Open over at the Red River, and a lot of controversy surrounding the tournament. And, a lot of different opinions out there, and we're just gonna today. Keith agreed to come on the show and kind of give us his take on everything, and we're just gonna kind of dissect it from there.
Yeah, man, we'll let him come on and tell his story like we do everybody else. Give everybody a chance to kind of get on there and tell their version of the events, and I'm real curious. I have seen all the social media. What was it? Our buddy Brandon made a post congratulating him. Simple as that.
Yeah, Brandon.
Congratulations. Yeah. And I think last I checked was like 9 o'clock last night. There was 120 comments, and it seemed pretty divided on the opinions. But there's always going to be people when you win one that
100%.
Are going to debate it.
And that we kind of talked about this when we first started the show. Like we're on here to let people tell their story, and people want to hear from the winner, and he won, and so that's what we're here to do.
This is a unique one. I mean, we'll lay down the facts here before we get them on. I did see the picture he posted next to his Gator Tracks boat. I believe it's I think he said it's like a 16-something, 17-footer with a 90 on it.
I thought it was an 18-footer, maybe not.
I don't know. He said he'll tell us if we ask him. But it's still
it's a little aluminum boat, yes, with a 90.
Yeah. It fits all the rules as far as kill switch, live well, everything required by the Opens.
Yep.
I didn't know he fished all of the Opens out of that.
Yes.
Because is there a rule? And I don't believe there is. I know in the Elites there's a rule that whatever boat you start with, that's what you have to fish.
I don't think that's a rule in the Opens.
But he did. He went up north.
Yeah.
In that thing.
Yep.
He went in some big water.
And he'll talk about that.
Yeah. But no, we want to have him on. So I know some people that was kind of one of the things that kind of immediately kicked off.
Yeah. Yeah. And how he accessed this backwater, they caught some of his fishing.
All kinds of rumors flying.
And that's what we're having him on the show today to talk about this. Basically, that's what all the controversy over is this particular backwater and how we got back there and things of that nature. And was it within the rules?
Bass said it was.
Did he take a polygraph?
Let's let him tell it.
So, this is the things.
Unknown caller.
That might be. I think he's calling us. Is that him?
I don't know. It doesn't say Poche.
Oh, you saved his number?
Yeah, I saved his contact. I don't want to answer it to be like some spam trying to sell me a car warranty.
I think that's him. No, that's not him. Sorry, guys. We got a Louisiana number calling.
It's like, whoa.
Anyways, let's call Keith and
let's just have him on. Let's get this thing going. Let's get to the bottom of this. All right.
This will be an interesting show.
Yeah.
Hello.
What's going on, Mr. Poche?
Oh man, too much.
Where are you driving to right now?
I am headed to Gator Tracks boat.
Nice. Okay.
Where is the home of Gator Tracks boats?
They're in Springfield, Louisiana. It's between Baton Rouge and Hammond, Louisiana.
Okay.
Nice.
So what is your boat?
Interstate. What now?
So what Gator Tracks are you running? We were actually just talking about that while we were doing our little intro. We weren't sure what size boat you got. What you're running?
So it's their GT series. It's the 1640. It's 18 foot overall. I think the 16 or 1650. It's the size of the deck of the boat. So the actual fishing deck of it, the top side. What it is it's longer because they have it's called a hunt deck in the back. It's just a little step drop down where it makes it easier to get step in and out of the boat.
Okay.
Like if you're duck hunting, or whatever reason, if you need to get out of the boat, push out of a fishing hole.
Yeah.
You you're able to get in and out of the boat a lot easier. Plus, it's got the actual transom, which is a piece that comes up off that hunt deck, and it's a little over 18 foot in length total. But the 1650 is actual the size of the
like square inches of deck space or something.
yeah, exactly.
I got you.
Gotcha. Well, we you know, I mean, you talked a little bit yesterday, and obviously, you know, just coming off the win at the Bassmaster Open on the Red River. And, you know, like I told you yesterday, that's going to be our main topic of the day. But I just kind of want to talk about your season up to this point, at least as far as the Opens go. You've got a Elite Series qualification secured through the Northern Opens. Have a commanding lead now in the overalls. And you've won now and secured your Bassmaster Classic spot through this last recent win. So, to me, when you talk about fishing all 9 Opens, I don't know what much more you could ask for when you go down that route. You know, and you still got 2 left, so you still got 2 opportunities left to do some more things. So, I just want to say congrats on that, man. It's been a great year for you in the Opens, and you know, like I said. This one at the Red River, we've got some controversy surrounding it. I think you know more than what we do. Just you know, from the outside looking in, what kind of controversy we got, and like me and you talked about yesterday, you know, there's some things that has came about from you and the tournament director and Bass, and we just kind of want to dive into that and talk about everything and see where your mind's at with it, with the whole thing.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate bringing up the year I've had, and it's been a long year. And you know, I've had a couple, you know, bad. I mean, you know, 70th place, it means 2 of those. But overall, I've had some good, solid finishes, and I've just been fishing good, making good decisions. And you know, not every tournament I'm going back in somewhere. You know, most tournaments I'm fishing out where everybody else is fishing. I mean, guys see me fishing. I mean, I'm catching them fish around them, and it's just, you know. I'm always looking, though. I'm always looking to go back in somewhere. But that's just my deal. That's my style of fishing. That's what I do. That's what I feel more comfortable at. Some guys feel comfortable, you know, fishing out deep or finesse fishing or whatever. You know, you're running a big boat going 70 miles an hour, looking at live scope and, you know, relying on electronics. And the tools they use tools to catch fish. They're electronics. They're trolling motors. They're riding reels and whatnot. I mean, they utilize things that are available to them within the rules to catch fish. I mean, am I correct? I mean,
absolutely.
I'm not speaking of anything. They're not doing anything wrong, right? So, and to your next question on, you know, this controversial stuff, that's what I'm doing. I'm just simply using tools that are within the rules of what I'm capable of doing out of this little boat to gain access, to go places that guys could do the same thing. Like, I don't have a live scope on my little boat. I choose not to, just like they choose not to have a little boat. Sure. Or go out and find a backwater place where there's fish in it. So it's just, at the end of the day, it's a decision they make, a strategy that they try to accomplish to catch fish. They choose one way, I choose another. That's what makes everybody different. That's what makes the sport so interesting. That's what makes it so great. That, you know, if everybody did the same thing, if everybody had the same equipment, which it may come to that, which is fine with me, whatever. But if everybody did the same thing and they do the same spots and had all, I mean, it would be hard for a guy to get an advantage or do something different. I mean, that's what part of what we do. The game we play is there's just a lot of open. There's just a lot of open areas, open opportunities that are out there, and I feel like I'm a kind of an innovator. I create opportunity for myself. I create opportunity to go places and catch fish, and it doesn't always work out. I mean, like, I finished second earlier this year at the James River. Should have won that tournament. My hat's off to Kenta. I didn't get mad at him. I didn't go on social media and say he did this or he was, you know, I'm mad because he was using forward-facing sonar when I wasn't using it or blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I congratulated him. I'm happy for him.
Sure.
I'm happy he fished the way he fished and caught those fish and got
Mm-hmm.
I respect him for it. Mm-hmm. So, guys can say whatever they want. The things I did within the rules. I even took a polygraph test.
Mm-hmm.
The tournament director, Hank, thought that would be a good idea to clear my name. And I agreed with him. I was kind of upset going into that final day once, the guys, which I have one name. I have one guy's name that a couple of anglers seen this guy and 4 other people launching a boat Friday night. I don't know, and they were in the open. They got eliminated after day 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I can only assume why else would they be launching a boat at night at Red River South to get on the water. I have no idea, but the only other reason is you got to speculate that it's this guy and those other guys that went out and put rocks out over the cut where I was going through. So
yeah.
I had to deal with some adversity going into that final day, and it's just unfortunate that guys would stoop that low to jeopardize a guy's fishing spot because of their jealousy, their bitterness in their heart that they just couldn't stand that I had legally accessed the place,
Mm-hmm.
legally. I mean, I've done nothing wrong, and for them to go out and manipulate what I was doing, so to hinder me from fishing and catching fish and potentially winning that day, it's pretty sad and it's sorry. And I hope that the people we got, the name we got, and I hope that's it. I hope we can nip this in the bud and figure it out. But I will find out sooner or later. It's coming. They can rest assured. I don't know if it would be easier for them to come forward, and it may. I don't know, but I will find out. There is no question. I will find out. There's something else. I don't know. There may be some security cameras at Red River South. I need to. I've been wanting to call and check on that to see if there's any kind of footage of going out launching the boat. But yeah, so Hank's called the authorities. The police have been notified. Hank said whatever leads I got, he will pursue it. They're going to get interrogated. They're going to potentially get. They're going to have a polygraph.
And this is the tournament director.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, we discussed it. And back to what I was saying, like I was so upset. He wanted me to take a polygraph, but when all that happened, I was like, you know what? I ain't taking no polygraph because them guys out there doing that, whoever's complaining about it, they need to take a polygraph too. But I ended up doing it, taking the polygraph anyway. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna get it out the way because I know I didn't do anything wrong, so I'm just gonna take care of my part and we'll deal with these other guys later. So yeah, we're working on it. We're trying to figure it out. It's unfortunate. I'm so happy I won. I mean, I can't even explain how happy I am. I finally conquered the Red River. I worked my butt off, and it paid off. But it's almost hard to enjoy. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to because when you have somebody do that to you, it hurts, man. It really hurts.
Yeah.
And I broke down. I broke down that morning. Like I cried my eyes out like a baby, man, because I was so hurt. That I've been dealing with this for a couple of days already, and I'm thinking it's over. Like whatever. I mean, I'm just gonna deal with it, and then that happens, and I'm just like, man, this guy. I mean, that's pretty sorry. Like it really hurt me. Like I was on the phone with Hank, and I was just breaking down, I was crying. I was like, man, I don't know why they're doing this. Like I just don't understand people. Why would they go to that extent to hurt somebody? Like that's just terrible. Man. It's terrible, and I hope we find out who it is. Because they need to be brought to justice. They need to be exposed because what they did was unmoral. I mean, that's the lowest of low right there. Like I don't even know. They don't get any lower than that, man. They don't get any lower than that. Them guys are terrible.
Yeah,
that's pretty rough. Somebody go and do that. I mean, to be that upset. And White and I talked before we got you on the phone. I was like, man, that's got to be tough that, you have this monumental win in your career, like you said, conquering the Red. I know you got some history on it. And then, getting a classic berth is, winning an Open is a huge deal. And here you are, you got to talk about, this side of it, which nobody wants to do, so
yeah, I agree with that. I mean, that can't be easy, and I think what me and you talked about a little bit yesterday on the phone as well is you don't win that tournament if you didn't make a few other decisions as well on the water.
Absolutely, man. And everybody thinks, that hole helped me get to my end goal to win, but
Right.
it wasn't everything. People don't know that I fished, a couple hours in there, and of course, I mean, it was easy. I mean, the fish ain't been messed with. I mean, I was fortunate to find a place that had a few fish in there and go catch them pretty quick. Go through there and get a couple 2-pounders, 2.5, and get out. But I don't think there was any. I mean, I did kind of pull up on one, when I went in there to practice. It looked like a big one, but who knows? But no, I come out in the river.
Did we lose you?
I caught my biggest fish both days in the main river fishing with everybody else. So I'll catch those 2 fish, one each day. The first 2 days, I don't win the tournament.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I caught up 1.5 pounds. Because they were over 3 pounds.
Oh yeah.
So
that's huge.
and I had like 1.75 pounds, pound and a half fish each day that I called out once I got out of there. So, I just made really good decisions. I felt like I had this hole back there. I mean, it's 2 deep holes. It's a long channel back in there, and it was two places I was able to work, and I felt like I managed it perfectly. Like I didn't overfish it. You know what I'm saying? Like I got just enough. I felt like 11 and a half pounds, and I got out. And I went out and I made it happen on the outside, and I caught 2 good ones. And that was the difference in the event.
Yeah, because Hackney had a dang good tournament as well and fished a pretty dang good event himself.
Absolutely. And he had an unfortunate situation happen to him. I know he talked on stage, and the wind actually blew that last day, which I felt good. I was happy to feel the wind, but it blew some Sylvania in an area that he was fishing, and he couldn't fish it the way he wanted. And I mean, he could have won the tournament just as easy as I did. If the wind don't blow, and he said he had a big one come up and just didn't get a frog, like just didn't get it, like slammed it, and just didn't get it. Yeah. So I mean, if he catches a 5-pounder, I mean that's man.
Yeah. No, I remember him talking about that. I remember talking about that on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
Dude, we could talk this or that. I mean, I didn't break any. I didn't do anything wrong. I took a polygraph. I passed with flying colors. There's nothing else I can say. There's nothing else I can do. The guys are still mad. That's on them. Okay, that's their personal decision to be mad. But there's nothing they can say that I did wrong. You know what I'm saying? They can not like what I did. They can whatever whine and complain. But at the end of the day, I won this tournament, and it was mine to win because I made good decisions, and it just worked out perfectly. I don't know what else to say. I made really good decisions, and I fished clean, and I caught the fish that bit me, and I landed everything that I hooked. I mean, dude, it's hard. It's hard to fish clean, and I typically lose a couple every tournament. I did it at Chesapeake, the last event. Like, I should have had 12, 13 pounds the first day. Ended up having 7. Like, I lost 2 big ones. Just one broke off. I tried to hook flip like an idiot. I should have been in contention to win that tournament the final day. But people don't see that. I mean, they don't know. And I was fishing right where everybody else was fishing.
So did you lose any fish in the red?
I didn't. I did not.
Yeah.
Man, I fish clean, bro.
No, I know how rare that is on a 3-day event.
Especially on the Red River when it's tough,
Yeah.
Typically when you lose them is when it's tough,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's worked out, man. I was very fortunate. I'm happy. I'm so excited that I finally got it done there. And I've had several events, 3 or 4, I think 4 or 5 events between open and classic. And it feels good to get it done.
Yeah, I bet so. What you got?
Man, I'm just still like, my head is just spinning from the whole series of events. I mean, I was still kind of shook up when you said that some guys went out and blocked it. I just have a hard time wrapping my brain around that kind of mentality to go out and do something like that. I mean, and for you to go out and catch a limit the final day, I don't know that I would have been able to recover from something like that. Run into a spot that you were counting on, and seeing that somebody's tampered with, an access point.
So let me explain to you that final morning, and dude, and this is another reason why it was meant for me to. It was just meant to be for me to win this event.
Mm-hmm.
So I roll up, and I had a feeling. I told a buddy of mine, I said, "Man, I'm afraid them guys gonna do something, But anyway, so I roll up. Sure enough, I get up there to idle through my little cut, and boom, I'm like, dang, I knew it because the water level was the same. If you look on that first video, all those rocks had a moss line,
Mm-hmm.
like the water level. And there was one big rock that I guess they tried to turn up, and it was too heavy or something. But that moss line was sideways in the water, like it wasn't level with the water, like it looked natural.
I got
Sure
you.
enough, you look at them rocks in there that had moss all on them, like you could tell, like they were in there doing that. And I'm like, so I called the tournament director, and I'm like falling apart. I'm like, man, and well, there was 3 boats that followed me that morning. I didn't know who they were. I didn't ask them to follow me. They were just fans, people that wanted to see where I was fishing. So they right there in the river, they overheard me talking to the tournament director, and I'm saying, man, them suckers got me. They put rocks out, this and that. And they seen the situation, and you know what them suckers did? Them suckers come over there and just jump in the water and start pulling rocks out.
Jesus.
I was like, are you kidding me?
Dude,
I swear to God, I got a marshal with me. I called Hank back. I said, Hank, I didn't ask these guys. I didn't say nothing to them. I said, they just went and started pulling rocks out. And I had them on speakerphone. I said, Marshall, do you verify what I just told you? He said, yep, you didn't say a word. They just started asking. And he said, man, you didn't do nothing wrong. I mean, you can't help they did, as long as you don't ask for assistance, I was like, dude, I didn't ask nothing.
And these guys
like, well,
jump in there.
So
and them guys jumped in, dude. I felt stupid. That's another reason why, dude. I was so emotional, like from a low to a high, and I ended up breaking down, crying. I was just like, man, I cannot believe what's going on right now. But if them guys don't follow me, I don't get in there unless I jump it, because it's illegal to move rocks. Like you're not supposed to move them rocks on them jetties.
Sure, you can't get out of the boat.
Well, I could have leaned over the boat, maybe drug them, or whatever. But you can't move structure like that that's in the river. Even though that cut was already there, it's been there for years. Like I never touched the rock, and I was part of the polygraph.
Yeah.
And I moved any rocks, trees, any kind of obstructions to gain access, and I didn't. And I passed the polygraph.
Yeah.
That
I didn't do any of that, even before practice, official practice.
It like if those guys don't move the rock, could you have jumped it with your boat or no?
I tried to jump it,
Uh-huh.
but I didn't hit it. I didn't want to hit it too hard. I was kind of nervous because I'll be honest with you, I've never jumped rocks like that. I've always jumped like trees, beaver dam, or stuff like that. Nothing anything hard. So I hit it kind of half speed. I was kind of testing the waters a little bit, and it said, well, I mean, it just stood out and make it like even halfway over. And I got hung on it. I said, oh, but then, so then that was before the guy started jumping out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because I saw your video that you posted on social media, and you said in that first video you posted that you were gonna try to jump it, and I was like, oh crap!
Yeah.
Like I hope we get to see the video of that.
It didn't work. It did not work. No, so I had to get out of the boat and push my boat back off the rocks. It took me about 10 minutes because I was hung up so much. Like I jammed it up on those rocks.
Oh shit!
So I finally got the boat out, and that's when the guys started jumping out and doing the deal. And that's when I called Hank back and said, man, look, I'm just telling you what's going on. I said, I ain't had some guys nothing.
So you got clearance from the tower to get back in there.
Yeah. So you.
Yes.
The tournament director
he said,
told
don't make a cast. He said, don't make a cast. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. So he called, I guess Chris Bowes. I think he called Chris Bowes to make sure, told him what happened. Just make sure nothing. I didn't do anything wrong. And yeah, he said, man, you good. He said, keep going. You didn't ask for nothing and verify it with my marshal. I said, yeah, I didn't do nothing. But
so that was.
They took it upon themselves.
I'm assuming that came up in the polygraph as well, then.
Yes. All that was in the polygraph. Everything that happened, everything that's transpired, everything that was said, all the accusations against me, everything was in the polygraph.
I'm trying to look at it. I'm trying to look at if you can understand what I'm saying. I'm trying to look at it from the tournament director's point of view, because if I allow a participant to do something like that, I know that when it's all said and done, I'm gonna have to. A polygraph kind of covers them as much as it covers you. Does that make sense? Like,
absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
I didn't want to take it after I found out what happened. I said, you know what, Hank? I said, screw this. I said, why should I have to take a polygraph? And now these guys trying to. I said, I want to know who's complaining before I do anything, because he said they didn't do an official protest, so he couldn't tell me who it was or this and that. And I said, okay. I said, I'll tell you what, I ain't gonna do no polygraph then. But then after the day was over with, and I got to thinking about it, we talked as soon as I come back in before I even waved my finish. He said, man, I really feel like that, this is going to cover you. I mean, it's going to just solidify that, hey, you didn't do anything wrong. I can tell anybody that calls, hey, he took a polygraph, he passed, blah, blah, blah. I said, you're right. I said, screw them guys. I'm going to do my part, and we'll figure that out another day.
Yeah, and I took
the polygraph, but yeah, it's all over.
And it does, and to my point, like, it does make you look good, but don't think he wasn't trying to make it cover himself too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
right.
He was covering his own as well.
Right. Say something, Hank. I've known Hank for a long time. Because just living in Alabama, right there near Montgomery. He's from Wetumpka. I mean, he lives right across the river from where I live, to Tallapoosa.
Yeah,
So I fished against Hank, and I've even fished against Tripp in local tournaments over the years. I know all of them. And, I don't know Hank, like, personally. We ain't never hung out or talk on the phone, this and that. But, Hank's a good dude, man. He's doing a great job at the Opens. He's an awesome tournament director, and he's just real level-headed. And, I mean, he's just a cool guy. And I'm so thankful that, he's handled it the way he's handled it. Has been perfect. Like, he's done everything right, and he's just, I don't even know what to say, man. My hat's off to him. He's really got it going on.
I think, to your point, and probably the biggest point of this whole ordeal, is you made sure that you were in accordance with the term, like you were in contact and in talks with the tournament director at all times if there was any
100%.
question.
I told him at every step. I told him what was going on. Like I even when he first called me, I guess it was after the second day. He called me and said some guys were this and that, and he had some questions and blah blah blah. I even told him information that he wasn't even aware of. I offered up information that he didn't even know about. Yeah. That's how transparent I was being. You know what I'm saying? Like, I said, look, Bob, I ain't got nothing to hide. I'll tell you everything, what I'm doing, what's going on, everything. I offer that up. Like, see, people don't even know what the whole story is. Like, they're just talking and saying this, I'm doing that, blah, blah, blah. And they don't even know the facts. And I'm so thankful I filmed that me running in there, because that was a big deal. Oh, they say you're getting out and pushing and this and that and blah, blah, blah. I said, I'm going to show Hank. And I wasn't even expecting to post it. I was just filming it to show Hank, just to show him that I don't have to do nothing. I just push pole in there. That's the only thing I have to do to get in this.
Mm-hmm.
So, and after looking at it and seeing that, and after I won, I said, you know what? And I got to watching the video. I said, man, I did a good job on this. I said, I talked a little trash.
Talking a little bit. Talking a little bit of trash.
I talked a little trash. I said, you know what? I'm going to post it. Just kind of show everybody. And I was the third day of the morning. I was first. I mean, I just went in. I had my Marshall film and I said, hey, man, we're going to show everybody what it's all about. We're going to show you how it's done right here. How Keith Poche gets off the grid right here.
No, I mean, like I said, I think that's the biggest point. Like, if anybody's,
I think if anybody's got complaints, they got to complain towards the rules, not towards him. I mean,
there was no rules
Exactly.
violations.
And I'm thinking about doing another video. I want to really dive into it. Like I want someone to explain to me what I did wrong. Like what rule did I break? Like send me a message. Like let's have a conversation. I want to get some comments. Like tell me what I did wrong.
Yeah.
Like what rule did I break? Like I understand you may not be happy, you may not like it. There's a lot of things I don't like. I don't want to really be specific on it, but I mean there's things about fishing that I don't like and I don't agree with the rules. But I'm not blasting a guy or trying to get a guy DQ'd over it because he's not doing anything wrong. That's part of what he's utilizing things to create opportunity to catch bass.
Yeah.
That's his deal.
So let me ask you.
My hat's off to it.
Let me ask you while you're on this, on the rule thing. I mean, I got a stance on it. I'm curious what your stance would be. Are you for more rules or less rules? I mean, obviously, don't do anything, no obvious cheating. But as far as like off limits, information, all this kind of stuff, do you feel like, maybe we've gotten a little too out of hand with some of the rules and we should just let everybody, like you said, use the tools that we have available, Google Earth, drones, whatever, to fish legally during tournament competition and catch them? Yeah. I mean, are you for more or less rules?
Here's my deal, man, and it'll never get to this point, but this is a perfect scenario. And MLF had it figured out. They're just getting away from it. When they had the cups and the flex,
mm-hmm.
They didn't tell the anglers where you were going to like a month before the tournament. They just gave them a town. No practice, no information, just kept in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. That's the purest form of fishing. You just show up and go.
Yeah.
Like that, dude. That is awesome. Now. It'll never get to that because guys want to practice, and I understand you want to get to look around. I mean, every professional league has a practice, So I understand the practice. I don't like practice. There's a lot of tournaments I didn't practice this year, and I caught this snot out of. So that works for me. That doesn't work for everybody. So,
mm-hmm.
but in a perfect world, for me, I would say. And I would take away a lot of this rule book BS stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just show up and finish. You don't have to worry about nothing. As long as they don't, you don't get any information. They ain't been on the water. Just show up and finish, and let's who's the best man and who can figure them out. And that's where I'd like to be. But then there's arguments. Well, you're a shallow water guy. You can catch them, and I'm a deep water guy. It takes me longer to find.
Takes a little more time, sure.
Blah blah blah. I mean, I understand all that. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It would never get to that point, but that is probably the best. That'll simplify everything.
Yeah.
That'll make it
simple
as possible. But as far as really what you're asking, I mean, I'm all for rules. I think rules are good. I mean, you have to have rules to be organized and to have a legitimate event.
Yeah.
No doubt. And I'll leave that up to the tournament organization on what they do or don't do. What I do is I look at the rules and I place my game plan on what I'm able to do and not do. For instance, I fished a BFL earlier this year. It's underneath the old FLW rules.
Uh-huh.
And the FLW rules, you can't pull, push in just like bass. But, they specify you can't pull or winch in anything, right? Bass doesn't have that rule.
Yeah.
Like I could do that in bass.
Mm.
Well, there was a place that I wanted to get in, and I didn't have to winch in, but I winched out. I jumped this beaver down, and I had a co-angler, but I jumped this beaver down and got in this deal, but I winched out because I couldn't, like the way it was, I couldn't
jump
run
back.
out. Yeah, I just couldn't run. It's too shallow. But my point is the rule is only to gain access in. But you can do all that stuff to gain out. See, their rule is more tighter. It's a lot more strict.
Yeah.
And I've always been surprised. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, man, Bass is lenient on as far as that because that's not in their rules. I've looked and I've looked and I've verified. Yeah, you can winch, you can do whatever you can do. You just can't get out of the boat.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm able to utilize tools to gain access to a place in certain times.
Makes sense.
That's during you're talking about that's during tournament competition hours.
Yeah, there is no rules. I read the rules as well. There's no rule about
they can winch in.
Tournament,
you just can't get out of the boat.
Yeah. The only thing Bass specifies is you can't get out of the boat. They don't specify.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only other thing I can see is public water. You know, that could be kind of up to interpretation. Yeah. You know, publicly accessible water.
And I get, and then in the open, we weren't allowed to fish any private.
Yeah, that's gotta be weird in Louisiana.
Yeah, because there's private backwaters and stuff, and I'm obviously the one you were fishing was public, but.
Well, man, on a lighter note, if you're willing to share. Now that you've solidified a qualification into the elites, what does the future hold for you? You gonna stay with MLF? You gonna move over to the elites? What's your thoughts and feelings?
Yeah, I'd like to fish both. You know, I was on another interview and I was kind of unaware of a couple of. I thought it was just gonna be one conflict, but it may be a couple of conflicts. So I don't know. I may have a little bit tougher decision to make. Moving forward, but I would still like to fish both.
Okay.
And, that's still something that I'm gonna try to swing. So I just have to wait and see. I have not. I just looked at the schedule and the dates. It just looked like it was gonna work. So, but we'll see. I may have to make some tough decisions and maybe still fish both, and maybe have to skip a bit on one or the other. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Fishing both, huh?
That's a busy year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
What else you got?
Man, that's
anything else about the Open that you want to talk about?
No, I think you covered it well.
Yeah, I just want to say I work hard, man, and at no point am I trying to break the rules. No point am I trying to do something. I try. I've been doing this a long time. I try to do the right thing, and I hope guys can respect that and look at it from my point and appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not easy doing what I'm doing. It's not something that just it makes it seem like it's just. I'll just show up and I'll go in and say, it's not. No, I mean, it's a hard thing. There's a lot of variables that play in this. And I just hope they can respect what I've done and appreciate because I didn't do anything wrong. And I really took some chances. And I was just fortunate it worked out.
I think the biggest point, like I said earlier, is like, it's the rules, dude. Like if they're gonna
communication with the tournament director and the fact that you did the polygraph. I mean, that's about as.
But if you're gonna complain, you got to complain about the rule itself. If that's what you don't like,
it's not my fault. It's not my fault.
I think
I can't help that that's the rules, the way the rule. I'm just doing what I can do.
And there was no formal
no protest. No formal protest. No.
There was not.
Mm-mm.
What do you mean?
There was not. No.
Okay.
There was
said
not.
That earlier.
A guy did not. He just got a lot of calls and complaints and this or that, and he just wanted to make sure that I was doing what I was. He just took it upon himself to reach out to me and my co-anglers to verify that I was doing everything correctly. So, but there was not an official protest. That's what he told me. I mean, he's required to show me the protest if there was one. So
I got you.
I hadn't seen one. So.
Well, man,
you sure you got nothing else?
No more
about pre-practice, practice, tournament day, anything that you want to ask over here. I was asking my
I'm good.
my co-host if there's nothing else we want to talk about.
I'm
we
good.
got you on.
I think you covered it. Let the man go. I know
Yeah.
I know you've been busy with interviews, and we're probably
sure-
not going to be the last
Yeah, I'm
one.
sure
and
you got more.
and
Yeah. I'm glad too. I get to get my story out, talk about it, tell everybody.
Well, I'm sure you've seen all the
real truth.
I'm sure you've seen the social media comments just as everyone else has. So that's why,
Do what now?
I said I'm sure you've seen all the social media comments just as everyone else has. So I'm sure that's why you want to do all these while you can't. You know what I mean?
And you making shed some light on it. I really don't know ball. I mean, I've seen a couple, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, everybody that posts on my stuff, it's all good.
Yeah, from what I've seen from that aspect,
Sure.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've seen a couple negative, like some guys. I ain't gonna say his name. I said his name on the last show. I ain't gonna give him no more press. But,
Oh Lord.
he made a comment. Just keep on digging, and you'll do better. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I mean,
yeah,
it's just a cheap shot. It makes him look weak and look bad. I mean, I don't makes him look jealous, and I can't believe it. He's a professional. I would think a true professional wouldn't stoop low like that and throw cheap jabs at people on social media. But hey, I don't know, man. It's crazy, man. What people do. I would never get on social media and make a comment like that. I just think that's so unprofessional. It's unbelievable.
Hey man, you got the blue trophy in the classic berth.
You do that, man. I bet you got it strapped down in the truck right next to you.
Man, that sucker ain't left my sight. That thing's heavy too, boy. That thing's heavy.
That's funny, man.
Well, man, congrats on the win. We appreciate your time. I know it might be a little frustrating to have to talk about some of this when you should be getting to tell all the cool side about the upside of winning instead of the downside. So
yeah.
But we appreciate you coming on and telling the story.
Don't get me wrong. I've enjoyed it. It's been fun. It made it that much better, to kind of shut them haters up. You know what I'm saying? Get that W and just rub it in their face a little bit more. I mean, it feels good. Don't get me wrong, but it's just it's just a little aggravating. But hey, we'll get through it, and we're gonna go to the next one. I'm gonna try to win that. And I ain't letting off the gas, Bubba. I'm gonna keep hammering down.
There you go.
So I'm gonna make them mad the next two events. I look forward to it.
Well, we'll see you down here at Sam Rayburn, man. You be careful heading where you're headed.
All right, man. Thank y'all.
I appreciate your time, bud.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Man,
Well,
it's a lot to
dude, that is so crazy that people jumped in and started moving stuff on the final day. Like I'm just trying
to See, I didn't.
That's the hard part of the story for me, right there.
See, that's what I didn't know.
I'm not a fan of whoever did that. No.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not one of those guys who's gonna go follow.
Even if let's just go on hypotheticals here. Even if those were moved before official practice, even if access was gained legally, we know that by the polygraph.
Yeah.
But even if some things were changed for an access point, to go out and during the event and try to prevent him from getting in there, boy, I'm not a fan of that. That part kind of blew me away.
He said it wasn't during the tournament though.
No, he said the final day he rolls up there. So
no, I get it, but he said that whoever put rocks in the way.
Talking to the thing.
Oh, my bad. He said whoever put rocks in the way.
No, they
was
did it
Friday night.
Yeah, so that's after the second day of competition.
Right. I was just saying it wasn't during tournament hours. It wasn't like somebody's doing.
No, yeah, but I mean, the competition hasn't concluded yet.
Right. Okay.
So we're still in the middle of the competition. Yeah, everybody's off the water, but what I'm saying is, whether it was some guys that were in the event, or maybe it's not even guys pro, maybe it's one person, or whether it was whoever it was, it's like, man, no.
Yeah, there's kind of two sides to that, right? Like, so I'm not
even if they truly felt in their conviction that what he did to get in there was wrong,
right.
Therefore I'm trying to right a wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, no. Don't do that.
But also like the people moving it on the final day too. You don't agree with that either.
No. He got clearance from the tower. He did his job and got clearance from the tower.
See, and then that's
I don't agree that spectators should have intervened. I don't agree with that.
No, I
but
agree with
he
that.
didn't.
Yeah.
If he didn't tell him, hey man, do you mind jumping in there and moving those so I can get in because I can't do it?
Yeah.
Which he got clearance from the tower.
Yeah, and he got a polygraph.
He did the right thing. He called the tournament director.
Do you see what I was doing when we talked about the polygraph? I was like, hey,
definitely to cover Bass's butt.
Think Bass did that. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to. The only way for them to truly know what all happened right there, because that's what all the controversy I think is really surrounding.
Yeah.
You've got to polygraph it.
Yeah, they're like, okay, listen, if we're going to stand behind this guy and give him all the press that they do when you win an Open, and this is our champion, this is our winner of
because
this
they had to
Open.
give him the okay, and they know everybody's going to find out about it. So they got to make sure that their okay was right.
Yeah. No, the polygraph was the right thing to do. I see his side not wanting to take it, this is, but it's also in the rules. The Bass has the right. I think it's at the top too.
It's a good
at
thing.
Any time. It doesn't matter what place you're in.
It's a good thing he took it though.
Oh, you did the right thing, 100%.
I can understand why you don't want to.
It'd look bad if he didn't.
If you just completely refuse it, that's not a good look. But he didn't, and he took it.
No, it was the right call.
But the reason I brought that up is because Bass. I can just I put myself in the freaking polygraph room, and this examiner's like, okay, well, did you ask to gain access? Okay, well, did you move things to gain access? Did you physically move things to gain access? Did you get out of the boat? These are things that they are going to cover in that polygraph because it has to cover Bass's butt. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're more interested in their covering theirs.
Yeah,
and I'm not as his for sure.
I don't know what all.
But man, can you imagine? Can you imagine you're in the lead going into the final day of the Open,
we're amped up.
You just jacked up. You're ready to go.
Your boat won.
But he did say he had a sneaking suspicion that something was going to be up with that spot.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe.
But can you imagine how deflating?
Yeah,
just deflating. Like bam. Like, imagine we have a spot out here and you're trying to jump on the final day. That's nuts.
Tried to jump that thing.
That's nuts.
He didn't hit it full speed. I think he might have could have made it. Who knows?
Sounded like he probably put his nose up on it and tried to push.
I think a bunch of the controversy surrounded that. I mean, do you agree that was probably where a lot of the controversy was, or was it?
I think the controversy is 100% access. Was there access for everybody? And obviously, an aluminum boat like his is going to draft a lot shallower. He's going to be able to get places.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I wasn't getting through there in my boat.
No,
sure.
I don't think anybody was. But man, I mean, props to him for fishing all of them in all opens in that thing. I mean, you imagine going out to big water in that.
It's just tough.
Imagine Rayburn when he's here in Rayburn and he's going to launch out on Humphrey Pavilion. If we have a northern blow in end of October. You can go anywhere in that thing.
He's going to do the same thing here. He's going to try to find some backwater.
There isn't any. It's 5 foot low.
I'm just saying he's
all sucked
out. He's going
going
to try. I mean, that's what he does. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, when I'm looking at this from a point, if I'm trying to even see the other side.
Yeah, why everybody's upset about it?
What the wrong? I'm trying to.
Oh, it's.
I think you got to take the blame off of him and put it on Bass if you've got a complaint. Do you agree with that?
I think so. I think now at this point, he's done everything to clear his name with Bass. He's done everything that Bass asked him. A decision was made on the final day to allow him access after spectators intervened.
So if you got a complaint with that, I think you got to go to Bass with that.
It's over.
It is over. That's a fact.
It's over.
It's over.
I think there may be some.
It's definitely over.
There may be some new rules come out of this one.
You said it's over.
It's already over, dude.
It is over.
Check is cashed.
He's already got it in the bank on this fine Monday morning.
Yeah,
with a cool front blowing
I would, because there's official protest times, and it's over. I think once it's scaled, I think you have to protest before scales close.
And he brought up the point of Bass saying that, like FOW or MLF now has got the rule where it's clear you can't winch in. You can't.
Speaking of rules, what I was trying to get, and he did answer my question about, he likes the format of no practice, don't know where you're going, and that is pretty pure form of fishing. I think, and this may not be a popular view.
Yeah.
I think the less rules, the better. And what I mean by that is obviously no fish baskets, nothing crazy. You can't use those telephones.
Right.
I'm not saying you got to fish, you got to catch your 5 fish, you got to follow all the basic rules of tournaments. But what I mean by that is off limits, information, live scope. If you are a shallow water dude and you want to get a chainsaw and go up a river and cut all these trees down to get access back there, go for it, buddy. As long as it's public waters. Now, a tree laying down across the thing, that doesn't make it private. It just makes it hard to access. And if you want to put in the time and effort to go cut it up and do it, get after it. More props to you. If you want to go hustle up, and I'm not saying this is a right or a wrong thing. If you're – and what I'm getting at is I think, like we found out with the Jeff Sprague thing earlier this year, him getting information, you know – there are guys that are breaking the rules anyway, in my opinion. Just an opinion. Nobody get upset. At the highest level.
Oh, yeah.
They're breaking. It's clear they're breaking
the info rule.
So why not just get rid of the rule and let everybody play by the same game? Because if you put that rule in place, you and I aren't going to go get information. We're going to follow the rules. Most guys are going to go 95, 99% of the field is going to follow that rule.
We don't.
You just follow the rules. It's just that simple. If there's a rule, you follow it. But unfortunately, there are people who do not follow the rules in every level of our sport. And that's what I'm getting at is maybe you take some of that away and let's just make it let everybody use the resources they have. They want to use Google Earth, they use drones.
The Open is basically the Wild West anyways, bro.
It kind of
is. You can get info. You can go out with a freaking guide.
Sunday night.
You can go out with from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday before the tournament. You're not allowed to do any of that crap.
Yeah.
But all the way up until then, you can do just about anything that you want.
And really up until then, I think you I don't know, for me, I kind of already have my game plan. You know, unless I find something magical by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But I've
do you
already
see what I'm saying, though?
Idea what I want to do.
Do you see what I'm saying, though? Before the tournament? Like,
yeah.
You get out there.
It is pretty loose.
Dig a hole.
Yeah, you know.
Like that.
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of the controversies are around, too. So, I mean.
There isn't a rule. I read the rules this morning. I was just kind of looking. I'm like, man, really the only thing is during competition hours and official practice. That's what they really kind of focus on.
When you start talking about do you agree with it or not, that's a whole different can of worms.
Yeah. Man, we could talk forever, but are we going to try to record another one here after lunch?
We're going to go back to back here.
I finally got Wyatt to drive down here.
We're probably going to shoot a little golf today, probably at some point.
Yeah.
That was a big episode, though. I was glad we got that out of the way.
No, man, that's a cool one.
But it does.
A part of me feels bad, and I know he likes getting the story out, but it's like, dang, you win an Open, all anybody wants to talk about is,
I know.
Did you win it cleanly? You know, and whatever your opinion is after this is your own. But like I said, it's over.
I think at the end of the day, the big points for me are, did you clear it all the way? The whole process. It wasn't just like, did you clear it all the way with the tournament director? Did you pass your polygraph? At the end of the day, even if Bass wanted to, they can't strip that thing away from him if they wanted to.
No, I mean, he handled the situation well, and it worked out in his favor, and it's a big win.
He knows the rules.
He definitely knows the rules.
He knows the rules.
So, man, I think the next one's going to be good, too. I don't think we're going to have a guest on that one,
No, it's just going to be me and Shane. We're going to talk about the MLF
There's so much to talk about.
The Invitationals.
The Opens.
And Opens.
I know we've already done an Opens episode, but, we'll kind of get into – I think it'll be a good episode, just kind of compare what –
There's some crazy stuff happening.
It's changing. And it's changing every week, and I think there's more changes coming down the pipe.
It's just –
But anyway, let's wrap this one up.
Yep. Till next time, folks. Till next time.
All right.